For 25 centuries, the Adriatic Sea has been embracing the coastline and the walls of the city, which has witnessed the rise to power and fall of great rulers and the uncertain fate of peoples in times of frequent wars. Ulcinj, the Illyrian Ulcinethus, the Greek Colchionium, the Roman Ulcinium, was conquered by the Romans, Byzantines, Turks, even the Mongols. It was fortified and expanded by the Nemanjic and Balshich dynasties, as well as by Venetians and Turks. Once an important trading port, a pirate hideaway, a slave market, the most important Mediterranean maritime military base, and often the first or the last defensive fortress of the great empires, today it is an important place of cultural and historical heritage. The legend has it that in the 16th century, when Ulcinj was the largest pirate stronghold of the Mediterranean, the famous Miguel de Cervantes was one of the passengers on a ship captured by pirates. Many believe that Dulcinea, the main heroine of the Don Quixotes, was actually a girl from Ulcinj, with whom the famous writer fell in love during his stay in Ulcinj as a hostage or a slave. Once this journey through history is completed, modern Ulcinj needs to be introduced. Today, apart from the characteristic features of the coastal city, whose architecture, customs and way of life intertwine different cultures and religions, Ulcinj offers long sandy beaches, spectacular landscapes and unforgettable sunsets. The most famous, and as many claim, the most beautiful beach there is Velika Plaža. It is famous for its powdery sand, greatly appreciated by tourists with sciatica problems or rheumatism, because it is believed to have medicinal properties. As if painted with a painter's brush, there is a clear line between the whiteness of the sand and the blue color of the sea. In the late afternoon of the day, Velika Plaža is a very romantic place because the setting sun creates a true kaleidoscope of colors. Known as the Montenegrin Copacabana, the Velika Plaža is a place for all-day entertainment and sports activities throughout the summer. The gentle breeze that often blows there is called maestral, and it creates waves ideal for water sports or for those which require wind power. There is almost no place at the Adriatic which is more suitable for increasingly popular kiting. As for beauty, Velika Plaža has only one rival, the island of Ada Bojana. The river Bojana springs from Lake Skadar, and a large part of its stream consists of both fresh and salty water. The island has the shape of a triangle whose two sides are on the river Bojana and the third one is in the sea. It is believed that a ship Merito from Trogir, stranded in the shallow waters, is guilty for the formation of Ada Bojana in the old times. For years, the riverbed deposits were collecting around it formed the island. Since the 70s of the last century, Ada Bojana has been known around the world as a favorite nudist resort. It is interesting that even the guests who often come to Ada Bojana need to explore it again, because under the influence of the currents it constantly changes its appearance. After the noise and crowds on the beaches, those who want peace and tranquility visit one of the most remarkable formations of nature in Ulcinj, Valdanos Bay. Tourists say this place must be a gift from God. Everything that nature has built, people respect here, so they come to the bay to enjoy clean air, the greenery of the forest and the unique blue color of the sea. Valdanos was once the main pirate harbor and a place where many sea battles were fought. This is why in the depths of the sea in the bay there are remains of sunken ships. Valdanos is adorned with olive trees, as many as 18,000, whose average age is about 800 years, but some of which originate from the ancient Greece. In the area of Ulcinj, there is one of the most valuable ecological and tourist resources of Montenegro. Ulcinj saltwater mines have about 14.5 square kilometers of saltwater pools. It is a very important place of rest for thousands of migrating birds of various species that stop there after a long trip across the Adriatic. Shaska Lake is another refuge for birds, an enchanting place where the pristine nature is the most valuable tourist offer. Besides its natural beauty, the lake has interesting history too. There are records that on the wall above Shaska Lake there once was an old town called Svach or Shas. It reached the peak of prosperity in the Middle Ages. It was believed that there was once as many churches in Svach as there are days in the year. Although now there remains only 15 religious objects that have been found, Svach is still a challenge for archaeologists and historians and is one of the most famous dead cities on the Adriatic. At night, the crowds from the beach move to the city. On the main promenade, there are tourists almost all night, as it is also the night right time to enjoy romantic strolls under the palm trees by the sea. The streets are filled with music that comes from numerous cafes and restaurants, and it is because of the nightlife that Ulcinj is popular among young people. Anyone who wants to stay in a place where civilizations meet, learn about the rich history of the Mediterranean, explore all the beauties of nature, experience the magic of water sports and enjoy complete peace and relaxation will find Ulcinj one of the most beautiful resorts in the Adriatic, an ideal destination.